Hi, and thanks for joining us. Please be advised that this channel and these videos are not intended to be medically suggestive in any way, shape, or form. What's up, party people? Welcome to episode, what is this? Oh, should have been prepared. Episode 68 of Life Unmedicated. We have a lot to cover today. It has been quite some time. Honestly, though, I could probably break it up into a couple different... Yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. So today is Tuesday, October 3rd. And yeah, let's do it. Let's just hop on in, right? I'm not going to do like a day by day of like how things have been going because that's just not even, I can't even, the last time I did this was literally 10 days ago. So yeah, I think that's the longest I've gone without doing it. It's just been kind of a crazy couple weeks. Like I went home, which my trip home was amazing. Honestly, like I got to do so much. This, I'm sorry. I got to do so much. I got to see my family. I got to see my chosen family, aka my friends, which really are one and the same. Like, and I'm so grateful for that. All my friends, they like know each other. They love each other. I love being like the middle point. Like everybody knows everybody through me, and like they all love each other, even though the only reason they know each other is because of me. Like I just love that. I love that my friends love each other. And yeah, we're family at this point, man. Like I've known all my friends at home for like at least 10 years. And you know, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is, and it's such a blessing. Anyway, so yeah, my trip was really good. Like I said, I got to see family, got to eat some Maryland delicacies, you know, crab, everything, hibachi, Lido's, got some Lido's. If y'all not familiar, Lido's is a pizza chain. Delicioso. If you ever get a chance to try it. I believe it's up and down the East Coast, but it could be in other places as well. It's definitely not in California, though. I'll tell you that much. Or at least it's not in Southern California. I can tell you that much. Anywho, aside from that, let's see, how else was my trip? It was just really good. The wedding, I think I already went over the wedding with y'all. It was really good. It was really beautiful just to see, just to like witness a union, especially these days, because I feel like, you know, people don't fall in love like they used to. Like people are not in relationships like they used to be. And that could just be my experience. You know, this is my first set of friends who have gotten married. And I have my best friend is getting married in March. So, you know, they say you are the company you keep. From their lips to God's ears, right? So anyway, but yeah, overall my trip was amazing. I was happy to get home, but that's just because like my OCD was kicking my behind, y'all. Like I really do like to be in my own space or create my own space, and I don't like having it doesn't make me feel comfortable to create my own space in someone else's space unless there's like a space carved out for me. So like at my mom's house, like she has 2 bedrooms, but my brother be there and he be all like all over the place with his stuff. And then so I'm pretty much in her bathroom because who wants to share a bathroom with a boy, right? So I just felt like I was just out of place the whole time. Now when I stay with my best friend, that was a lot better because I had like my own room. That bed was so comfortable. I slept like a baby every night. But you know, we still had to share a bathroom, which is fine, but like I can't just leave my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to a hotel, I think I already explained this to y'all. Yeah, I did, because I was going over routines and stuff. So yeah, like when I go to a hotel, it's completely different. I won't even go into it, but yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But listen, I'm just happy to be here. You know, I was just happy to be there. And yeah, so my OCD was just like, it was on fire. Like it was so bad the last night. I literally had to like sleep covered head to toe, hood on, like on top of the comforter at my other friend's house. I'm really not sure what was going on with that, but it just had to do with like not being in my space and not being like comfortable in that space, I guess. I was just like itching all night, and it wasn't bed bugs. Like, I checked. I could not figure out why I was so itchy. I really could not. But listen, I got home the next day and I showered immediately, and I felt so good to be home. Like, everything just felt so much better. It just felt so much better. I was so grateful. But that's not even like, my OCD has just been really, like, really bad lately, and I don't really know like where it's stemming from, but I think it's maybe a lack of control, or like a lack of like comfort, maybe like when I start to feel uncomfortable, my body overcompensates in other ways, and maybe my OCD is one of those ways. I really don't know. But I would listen, I'm tired, okay? Anyway, so yeah, I got back, and then it was kind of a whirlwind because I had my photo shoot last Friday and my fashion show last Saturday. Those went so much better than I thought they would. Like, first of all, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? Like, I could have fell on the runway. I didn't, you know, but I really want to get into that too. So the photo shoot was fine. The photo shoot was actually, I haven't got the pictures back, but matter of fact, where are my pictures at? I hope I don't have to chase these people down for these damn pictures, because like, I already feel like I'm about to have to chase them down for this real package that I paid for. And it better not be no scam, because I will sick my mother on you, please. If I can't get it done, Gina can get it done. Anyway, so the photo shoot was fine. I was really nervous about that because I thought that we kind of just had to like go in there, make it do what it do. I thought it was gonna be hella people around, snickering. You know, the best case scenario in my head would have been that it was like a whole bunch of people. Well, the best case scenario in my head with a bunch of people in the room would have been that they would have just been all super supportive and like, oh girl, yeah, you did that. I love that pose. That's such a good pose. Yeah, more of that, do that. But it was actually just me, the photographer, and then another photographer and another model taking pictures. So it was very quiet. The photographer was super supportive. She was telling me like, yeah, do more of that. Chin down here, look to your left, look to your right, maybe try this. Like, she was super supportive. So that was like great, because I really thought I was just gonna have to like not wing it, but like, you know, there's no way to really know if you look good in the picture. So I was just gonna try to do one, like each pose, a different angle for each. I had like 5 poses in my head. I was gonna do 2 minutes of each pose, just every angle I could possibly think of. Smile, no smile, pout, no pout, you know, just like anything I could think of. So that was my solution for that. But she did a really good job with directing, so that was great. The fashion show Saturday, that was a fine experience. I didn't get there as early as I would have liked to, but I did get there early enough to catch like 1 or 2 lines, maybe 3. And just to kind of get acclimated with the area, which I really wanted to do because I felt like it would take away a lot of my anxiety. They had us go backstage at 7 p.m. for a show that was at 10 p.m. And so there was a lot of just sitting around. Like, I thought it was going to be busy. I thought it was going to be like fitting clothes, you know. So, you know, but I was scared, y'all, that I was going to get a designer with like some flicked clothes. But my designer was 6th Street Vintage. The creator's name is Tyra. Those clothes, y'all, they were so freaking cute. They were so cute. They were so cute. And they were great quality. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Like, her designs were so good. Ugh. I think it's called like restored fashion or restoration fashion. But y'all know what I mean. Like, she takes like vintage clothes and restores them, basically. But like, not restores, but like makes them into like other things. I'm not describing that well, but just know that it was amazing. She's so talented. And she makes clothes for the tall girlies. So if you're a tall girly or a girl or a man, does she have men's clothes? No, if you're or a man who likes to wear women's clothes, that's fine too. You know, anyone who likes women's clothes, honestly, cute women's clothes, vintage, apparel, hit Sixth Street apparel. Sorry, Sixth Street vintage. Anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, I was afraid that the clothes would be ugly and that they wouldn't fit. The clothes were darling and it fit perfectly. She didn't have to do any tailoring, which was amazing because, as y'all know, I've been struggling with this food, and I was trying to lose some weight. It didn't happen. It did not happen. So anyway, the fashion show was good. I wanted to get into it a little bit because I actually had a panic attack. I had a panic attack, y'all. Right before I stepped onto the runway, I was getting nervous as I was moving close to the end, and she had me close the show, which I feel terrible because, like, I had all these things in my head. Like, she had given me this, like, blazer jacket, but it was cropped and then it was, like, open. I didn't have anything, but, like, my boobs were taped or whatever. So, like, I wanted to hold it a certain way and, like, do a specific thing just to make it, like, I just had so many ideas that I wanted to do. But by the time I got to the runway, I just had to focus on breathing because I felt like there was an elephant stepping on my chest. I just wanted to breathe and not fall by the time I got out there. So maybe modeling is not my ministry. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a catalog situation. I don't think runway is my thing. You know, my friends were just saying that I did a good job and maybe I just need to, like, get used to it or whatever. But I remember having performance anxiety in high school and I never got over it. And I thought that I had kind of, I thought that it had resolved itself by now at this big age. But, it's really disappointing to know that I don't, that I still, that it's not, that I'm not over it and that I still suffer from that. It was very disappointing, honestly. But I can't really, like, dwell on it, like, I didn't break my back to be a model and, like, risk it all or anything like that. So I'm just going to say that God knew that runway was not the world for me. And so he made me a therapist and a social worker. And that's fine. And maybe I I was contacted by a gentleman with a brand who wants me to do some modeling for his brand. So that's fun. Like, maybe I can just do, I think it's called catalog, just like where I'm doing, like, photo shoots and stuff. Maybe I can just do that, and not just as in, like, it's not as great, because I think that's, I mean, to be honest with you, to be able to take a good picture, I mean, I think that they're neck and neck, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to walk down that runway, to be able to get your Naomi Campbell on, your Tyra Banks, your Cynthia Bailey on, you know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. And then all of those models, they take amazing pictures too. So, like, to be able to do both is the ideal, that's the dream, but, like, everything isn't for everybody. And I don't think that runway is for me. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, like, getting chills just thinking about it. It was so bad, y'all. It was so bad. But I'm just glad I didn't fall, and I'm glad that I didn't, like, look stupid. I don't think I looked as great as I could have, but I don't think I looked stupid. I keep thinking about all the things I could have done better, though, and I'm kind of, like, obsessing over it. Like, I wish I would have put my hair in a ponytail because the jacket was collared and my hair being down was just, like, very busy. And I wish that I would have put on, like, some sunglasses because it was, like, an outdoorsy type of, like, look. And I don't know. I just wish I would have done better with the styling, and I could have, like, put my own flair on it. But, like, at that point, I don't know. Like, I just wasn't focused on that. I just wasn't focused on that, So but it is what it is at this point. At the end of the day, I think it was a great experience. I wanted to, I know I tried to sit here and act like it wasn't a big deal to me, but it really was. I just was trying not to psych myself out. But now that it's over, I can admit, like, I've wanted to model, like, me and the best friend that I grew up with, or since middle school at least, like, we used to watch Top Model. I'm sure this is a lot of tall girl or girls in general story, but we used to watch Top Model front to back. We literally went and tried out, like, 2 years in a row, or 2 or 3 years we tried out. We had a plan, y'all. We was gonna be top 2, and then whoever won was gonna take the other one with her. Like, that was our plan. Child, listen, I wanted to be a model so bad. I wanted to be on Top Model specifically, but I wanted to be a model so bad growing up. So, like, to even have this experience was really positive for me. And I get to say I did that, and once I get this reel back and these photos, it'll be even better because I'll make my own little like, you know, media, whatever you call it. And I'll have like pictures for like my portfolio and stuff like that if I ever want to do other stuff. But it was an exciting adventure for sure. For sure. So yeah, that was the weekend. And then Sunday I rested a little bit and then I went to church. Monday I woke up to an email, a dismissal letter from my third job. I got fired on my day off, y'all. Like, how do you get fired on your day off? Oh my gosh. So I did some ADHD shit and it got me fired. And I'm not upset because I really was going to have a hard time juggling both agencies. And I was really kind of feeling the original agency that I worked for a little better because I'm not good with policy and procedure. I'm just not. Like, policy is one thing, procedure is different. Like, they have an admin, you got to do this, you got to go through all these steps. I am not good with that. And I told that lady when I first started working there that I have ADHD and I had just stopped taking my meds, and I don't know like in which ways it's going to affect me, but these are ways that it's affected me in the past. Like, I went through that. You know what? I should have put it on paper. I should have got like a reasonable accommodation. So thank you, Sharon, for giving me this experience so that I know for the future that I need to protect myself. Because quite frankly, and I'm not going to sue that lady because I feel like this is God. Listen, I didn't tell y'all this because I haven't talked to y'all, but I said that prayer. I said that prayer the other night. I said it. I said, God, please remove anything from my life that is not for me, that you don't have for me. And let me tell y'all, I haven't talked to this nigga in 4 days and I lost that job. And there probably are more things to come. But listen, I didn't even know that the job was going to be wrapped up in it. But that's fine. It's not that I don't care, because I do care. But at the same time, I know that all things work for the good of those that love the Lord. And I'm not losing sleep over it. Like, I only had 2 clients there. I took them with me. Like, they were my clients before I went there. They are still my clients after I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? One monkey don't stop no show over here. All right? So it's not that I don't care. It's just that I feel like that wasn't the place for me anyway. And she's right. It was not a good fit. So yeah. But that has been a point of contention for me within myself. Like, it's very frustrating for me to deal with these symptoms that make it hard for me to thrive in certain environments, right? Like, I'm not good at procedure. I'm so sorry. Like, you told me 4 different things in the span of 4 weeks, and I'm sorry that I didn't remember what you said on week 2 versus what you said on week 4 when it keeps on changing. You know what I mean? And although I don't want to make excuses, I do have to acknowledge that, like, I can't put everything on me. Like, there are things I could have done to protect myself or to, like, make sure that, I don't, like, so many things, so many conversations happen in passing, like, oh, I'm going to call you real quick and tell you this, or, oh, we're in a meeting and you're saying something. But, like, when the information changes, I have to be better at, like, writing it down, because the thing I did was that I did not remember the most recent update of some information she gave me. And I called a client to see if they were ready to come back to therapy, and they were not able to come back to therapy until I was credentialed with the other insurance company. So, I guess that was her. She said, we don't operate like that, because she didn't want to reimburse them or something like that, which I get it. It's a business, whatever. That didn't really sit well with me, to be honest with you. But like I said, it's a business and it's not my business. So do you, boo-boo? But, you know, like I said, although it's frustrating and I do have to like go introspective to like see where my areas of opportunity are, um I'm just taking it as I'm taking that rejection as God's protection, because I don't think that that place, I don't have anything against it. I think it's probably a wonderful agency. I really couldn't tell you because I was only there for about a month, but I just don't think it was a good fit, like she said. So, you know, it's fine. And honestly, it's made my life a little easier. Um, I was seeing like 4 people a week, but this week I have like 9 clients scheduled. So it has definitely made my life. You know, I think that when God speaks, you have to listen. And I don't think I was listening. So I'm probably gonna have to say that prayer like once every quarter, maybe every month. Maybe every month. Because I would have never thought that like that job was what he did not have for me. You know what I'm saying? So it was very interesting. But I also kind of get it, because if I think back to how I even came upon that job or got that job, it was a very rushed situation. It was a very like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I need to fix this. You know, like it wasn't a lot of thought put into it as was like the other positions that I have applied for and whatever. So, you know, all that to say, okay, all that to say, um, I don't even know. I don't know, because I got a text message and it just broke my train of thought. But I think what I was saying was that, you know, I'm going to be saying that prayer more often, because sometimes you move so fast that you're not really thinking or being intentional about things. And I think that that's what happened here. And I don't know. I was kind of salty at first because I think it was my RSD that was just kind of getting to me, like, fired me? Like, what? Dismissed? What? And then, like, the letter didn't even say why. It was just like, bye, girl. Like, I had to call her to understand, because I had just talked to her on Saturday and everything was hunky dory. But she was like, no, I was actually concerned on Saturday too. And I'm like, well, you definitely didn't say anything. I don't think that that's the greatest. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it because my personal feelings don't really matter. If I was a boss, I would definitely like explain to someone before I fired them, or like maybe give them a chance, or say like, hey girl, like you haven't been doing this right and this is like your first strike. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't just come out the blue and be like, contract terminated. But at the end of the day, it's working out in my favor, so I'm not tripping about it. At first, I was like, I'm gonna sue her for for wrongful termination, discriminatory practices. But I'm not even finna do all that. Like, I'm not finna get a lawyer. I'm not finna put myself through all that. She can have it. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I had some other things to talk about, but I'm already at like 25 minutes. So let me put some check marks on these. Ooh, yeah, definitely got some other things to talk about. So next time we'll talk about goals. We'll talk about getting back on track. We'll talk about falling off track. And, you know, whatever else I have to talk about. Oh, we'll also talk about relationships, because I am having a hard time, y'all. Like, communication has not really been my friend lately. I'm always feeling like I am like speaking some what do you call it? Some unrecognizable language when I'm talking sometimes. Like I think that I'm being so clear about something, but then someone is so confused and I'm just like, how did we get here? And it's very frustrating for me. It's very frustrating. And I'm really tired of it. And it doesn't happen with everybody. So I feel like it's just a particular communication style that I have that doesn't work with another particular communication style. But I really couldn't tell you what the common denominator is. I mean, the common denominator is me, but I can't tell you what the common denominator is in the other communication style. So, I mean, I'll just continue to work on my communication. That's all I can really do. Nobody's perfect. I am striving to be better every day. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I know this was a long one. I just had a lot to talk about, and I still ain't done. So, yeah, I'll see you next time.